to work with Ederson and Jan Oblak, a Brazilian and a Slovenian, born in the same year, months apart, and currently, and for several years now, to the best goalkeepers in the world. Describe the process of getting to know them and work with them, and how the hell did both of them arrive at the same club, go on again to the same club, and then split their destinies and become,
the best
world dominant goalkeepers?
Two different guys. I can't tell you the backdrop as to what brought them to Rio Ave, but Portuguese football in general, I think, is a great finishing school. I really do think about it. I watched games recently, and I watched the Porto Sporting game recently, which turned into that was everything bad with Portuguese football.
Bit of a tough one for Pepe's continuing career, I think.
There's some challenges in there, and a
couple of years.
I'm sure there's perhaps a steward who maybe needs to come up with a new job for himself as well. All sorts going on.
For those who didn't follow it, we'll come back to it later. But what did Arthur Montfort used to say? It was a bit of a rammy, or to the extent that Pepe, for his behaviour, I think he lamped a sporting director, and he faces a 2-year ban. But hey, finishing schools. Finishing schools can have lots of different meanings.
Indeed, it can.
He's finished.
The talent in the Portuguese league, players and coaches, I think is really, really high.
And scouting.
Definitely, definitely. And obviously, then you've got the markets that they're bringing in. Jan was. I probably, for a couple of reasons, maybe had a bit of a closer relationship with him. That we went to Portuguese classes together for the first little while.
Ah, really?
Trying to get into it, and we kind of both at the same time kind of looked at each other and thought, I don't want to learn what I need to ask for at the supermarket, so we'll just stop this and we'll just dive into it, and life will teach us, which is what we ended up doing. But I probably spent more time deeply getting to know him.
Describe, John, people that listen to this don't have the privilege that you, and to a smaller extent I have, of meeting these people and actually seeing the people behind this football skills. Yeah. Oblak seems to me to be a quieter guy when he needs to be, but a leader character. His English is very good. Throughout his childhood, he showed a tremendous devotion to getting better, because he used to cycle 60 kilometres every 3 days to go to and from training, because his parents couldn't take him, and that was the only way he could get there when he was a kid. And he became a guy who moved from Benfica to Atleti, and in the first 4 or 5 weeks he had the president of Benfica saying to the world, Atleti think he's rubbish and they want to sell him back to us. And he then became literally the stingiest goalkeeper in the world, and went about 3 seasons without making a mistake.
Everybody knows that there are some days in training where you just need the players to relax. You've done a little bit of work, but today's session just needs to be relaxed and light. And I must admit, I was also at a stage where I found this difficult, because I wanted to coach the life out of everyone. I was the young, naive guy. So training sessions set up, the players pick their own teams. They can play wherever they wish, but it's to have fun. It's to play, just play, just have fun. Jan didn't like those training sessions. He did not enjoy those training sessions. Lads, have fun, play a bit, relax, do as you please. Oh, it wasn't for him. He had such a strong mentality of work, and very black and white. Very black and white with respect to, here is how things have to be, here is how I'm going to work, here is how I achieve my goals, and this is what I'll do. Jan was much more ready to play at that point. With respect to the paths that they were on, Jan was much more ready. And I think what's important to mention, it's not the goalkeeper coach, Rui Barbosa,
who went with you to Wolves.
Yes, and continued. That he's now worked with some of the best goalkeepers in the world. But I think without being a goalkeeping expert and without telling other people's stories for them, I think he had quite an important role to play in that finishing school part for probably more so for Ederson. I think the games and playing with us was the biggest thing that helped Jan. But that year of perhaps not playing as much and the work that he'd done he grew up a lot in that year.
Is it easy to recognise the Ederson, not now, but over the last couple of years at Manchester City? Because, again, the lads that we're with that produce this podcast commissioned a book about life at Manchester City, and Ederson comes out as one hell of a...
He's a fun guy.
He'd be dangerous to be around.
He's a fun guy.
There were people who were rugby tackled by this big beast of a man who didn't know they were going to be rugby tackled.
No, what I remember as a lovely kid that loved football and lived life. He's Brazilian. He's happy. He sees the joy in life. Maybe we should learn a little bit about that.